I feel like even with family, because family can take each other for granted. But like even with like my girls, if I have you do this and you don't do it, and you don't do it to the best of your ability, I will ask somebody else.
It's kind of like, or do it myself. It's just like, I think we was talking about that the other day, and we was saying how men,
Yeah, it's like,
is that something all of them have built in that they
Right.
just want to do when they feel like it? Because there's been times when I've told my husband, and I think he talked about that story, when I had my car and my tire was flat, and it had been flat for a minute, for like a couple weeks.
what you mean?
It was like a little Nissan Maxima I had, and the tire had been flat, but you know we have, so I would just drive
Okay,
other
got
cars.
you.
But
Like that was your only car.
that
I
was
was
no.
Say what?
So, but I wanted, you know, you want to drive your car,
Right.
and so I wanted it fixed, but he hadn't fixed the flat or whatever, and so one particular day we was in the house, you know, we arguing, then I was like, oh, he think he got me stuck at the house. That's what he think, because I'm not gonna take his car. I'm not gonna, cause you know, a lot of times if I argue, I'm out. You know, I'm
okay.
that girl.
Okay.
And so I said he probably was like, she ain't gonna, you know, her tire flat. And I went out to that garage and I fixed that flat and was gone. He tell the story. I don't know what happened, but he tell the story how he thought I was gonna be stuck. He thought he was gonna have to help. You know, he was like, she ain't going nowhere.
Jesus.
He said he came out to that garage, she was gone. I was like, but that's how men are. You know, I don't want to be saying it like that, but they do things in their timing and in their season. But I'm like this: if you don't do this when I need it done, most of the time I'm gonna do it or get somebody else. Yeah. And so that's how I think God is sometimes.
I think he like that a lot.
A lot of times.
And that's how you miss it. But it's like the talent, not the talents, the virgins. Some were wise, some were foolish.
Right.
I told you to have your lamps trimmed. You chilling out, waiting, this, that, and other, procrastinating. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
when you show up, I'm taking those that are ready, and then you not ready, the door is shut, boo boo.
You missed it.
Sorry. I mean, like I told you.
Right.
So I'm always, I think
That's
that's
though.
partly why I'm always pushing people, because I'm like, things can happen. I'm always.
You don't want to miss. You
don't.
don't want people to miss out on their blessing, or you know,
Even in the
being
opportunity, like sometimes I like, and I think when I don't know if everybody goes through this, but like I've experienced somebody passing, and I was supposed to call them and I didn't. I didn't get to talk to them, like, you know what I mean. So like I had to make peace with myself that I didn't call them, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, so I try, like, now I try my best to, if somebody come up in my spirit, call. If I feel like God want me to share something or pray for somebody, just do it then.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying. Don't wait, don't procrastinate, don't let it pass you by, because
I do good at that sometimes,
that's good.
but sometimes I don't.
But I just want to, you know,
you want to be just on,
because I hate that
every time, because you never know.
idea of living in regret that I didn't say or didn't do or didn't hug or didn't give. Just do it now, because tomorrow it could be a whole nother story. World 3 could break out, and might not shut down all the planes, child. No, you just don't know.
You just don't know. You just don't know.
You do not know.
And we gotta start being more intentional in that area of doing what you believe you know you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing it.
Yep.
Not on your timing, but when God press upon your heart, you know, to do something, to go on and do it.
I've heard people talk about that, like maybe God stopped them to do something. They was getting ready to go somewhere and God stopped them, like, say, do this. and they're like, oh, trying to hurry up, you know, or maybe not even doing it, and then they finally did whatever and headed rushing, and then they saw an accident, and it was like, I missed that accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what we missing.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're avoiding. We just don't know. Just being, you know, just be obedient to God.
Yeah.
But even in your relationships, be obedient. You don't know what somebody needed to hear.
Yeah.
I did that one time. Like, that was my first, and I feel like that was the first time God actually, he told me to tell somebody something. And I was sitting up arguing. I was like, I already know that, God.
Right. I say that.
And I was like, it was just, I just was like, I just can't. And the thing is, the person came to me once, talked to me, and I was like, I just can't say it. And so then it was like a couple of more times they would just cross my path, and then I just felt bad that I didn't do it. So my whole day was a mess. Like, I think I just act like I was cuckoo for Coco, but like I just went off on people, and they was like, what's wrong with her? Is that the nice girl? That everything. And I know it was just because I was disobedient. So finally, when I saw them, and I was like, I have to apologize to you. The Lord told me to tell you this last week, blah, blah, blah. And she said, I wish you'd have told me, because I really needed to hear it that day. And I was like,
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, now I just be like, sometimes it's hard to even open your lips, because you don't know, like, you in your mind, you're expecting, what?
Right.
What are you talking about?
And you may get that sometimes.
You might.
Because I know that's was a little discouraging for me sometimes, was that it wasn't received, or somebody didn't take my advice or something like that, and I used to get a little irritated. But then God had to show me, like, just because you telling them don't mean they're going to receive it.
Right.
You know, but you have to be just obedient to God.
Right.
You know, what he leads you, because you don't know if they're going to receive it or not. And then I had to say, you may just be sowing the seed. True. And it's going to come up later. Because I've had to say stuff to people, and it used to make me question, like, was I supposed to say that? You know, was I supposed to tell them that? Because they, you know, it's like they get a little offended, and then it's like, I was like, yes. Because people are not going to always receive what you got to say.
I did that one now. I told this girl, it was a girl, oh my gosh. He told me to tell this girl. He was like, because she had a friend, like, this was like in a choir setting. So she had a friend, and they would always be together. And I don't know why God would have me, like, looking at, like, the friends and stuff like that. So God told me to go to one girl and tell her, he said, bad association corrupts good manners. And I was like, so I told her that. And she, like, I feel like I don't know if she rolled her eyes at me. No, she didn't roll her eyes. What it was we were sitting by each other in the choir. She got up and moved to another row, and she didn't talk to me. So maybe some months passed, and sometimes I would see her, sometimes I didn't. And when she came back to the choir, she saw me. She gave me a big hug.
Oh, wow.
But that day, she didn't receive it. And I felt like I stunk. Like, you know what I mean? She was like, I was like, you don't. But sometimes you just got to obey God. Like,
just obey him. That's what I
try so hard.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people will get what they need if we just really obeyed and did it, regardless of how they looking at you and what you think they already know. I was like, they already know that. I don't need to tell them.
And that's the ultimate key, really, like, even to relationships, is just obeying God.
In a relationship, yeah, because that's what that means. Yeah, having God in the center. Yeah, is, you know, being obedient to him, regardless.
Because he know what your friend needs. You might think you know, but God might be like, don't say nothing right now.
That's what I was just about to say.
Don't do this.
Because that's the wisdom part of it. Because they may need to know this, but I don't need you to tell them right now. Right. So that's being like, okay, God, I want to tell them. Especially husband-wife relationships.
Even with kids.
Even with kids.
When they gonna receive something. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, woo, one of mine, I used to, like, sometimes, I just want to just say everything. Because one of them, I can say everything right now. And the other one, you got, timing. Or it's gonna be a miss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like because I became patient to that timing thing, now I can just go and say, you know what I mean?
And
but
part of that is
self-control.
Like it's self-control, because I just recently, with my daughter, I had a conversation, and she just went in and told me all about me. And I was like, okay, and she stay calm. You know, control yourself, because I did want to go in, but I control my tongue. I let her finish saying what she was going to say. And then God was like, now you just tell her in a calm way. Because, you know, I can be real animated when I'm really upset or passionate about what I'm saying. And so I was like, you know, and I said what I had to say. Don't. She still didn't receive it. And she straight, hung up on me. But I also practiced self-control. And I said, because I wanted to call her back and text, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be patient. And I'm going to control myself. And I'm going to talk to God.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to talk. Hey. But that was a little dragonfly. But I'm going to talk to God about it and my husband, because I was mad. But that was not Angie 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago, I would have been like, no, I got to tell you this. And there was no self-control.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that it was me that needed some self-control.
Yeah.
Because I believe a lot, excuse me, everything that we kind of experience and the things that we go through is not just for the other person, but it's for the making of us. And so I had to say, okay, Angie, control yourself, and she will see, you know, she will be blessed because of your self-control. You know, she ain't gonna be blessed because you telling her what you want to tell her, which is all truth. But she need to see, you know, my spirit in action in your life, and that's gonna bless her. And so I know that because I did that, and I kind of kept my flesh down and controlled my mouth, that, you know, it didn't turn up to be something way worse than what it could have been. So,
and even as like that, like listening to you, I feel like, okay, so sometimes you gotta control yourself to be quiet, but sometimes you gotta control yourself to speak up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
because you gotta be able to do it.
Yeah, because like I feel like I used to be the opposite. Like it's easy for me to just be like, okay, I don't, like, I can tell myself I really don't care about you that much anyway, so I'm not gonna say anything. And that might not be the truth, but somehow I can get my mind to be okay with, well, they don't need my 2 cents, you know what I mean? But sometimes guys like, no, they need to hear you. They need to hear it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's funny how, like, I feel like I've had to be more vocal about things. And then I'm like, well, I just won't say nothing. Guys, like, I didn't tell you not to say nothing. I told you to say something. Speak. Open your mouth.
Oh, he said that to me several times.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, it's like easy not to say nothing. But it's like, you're supposed to say something. And then on another note, he might tell you to be quiet. And you be like...
Or just drop a seed.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to say every single thing.
Everything, yes.
You can just drop a seed and keep it pushing. And that's more effective. And like I said,